Hello everyone, and welcome back to another spooky episode of Skyscape TCG. And in today's video, we will be going over another tragic villain known as Akhat Nur. Now, Akhat Nur is a Cyclops, and amidst the Great Kin War, the Cyclopses and the dragons had been at constant war. Not for any petty things, like false power or a false acknowledgement of it, but instead, survival. For in the land of Mach Gol, it had been a wasteland. Both species trying to survive. The Cyclopses would hunt the dragons, and the dragons in turn would hunt the Cyclopses. And on one fateful day, Akhat Nur had been confronted by a dragon unlike any he had ever seen before. This dragon had a silver skin with strange cracks within its scales, shining with a violet energy. Akhat Nur and the Cyclopses that he had led had fought off this dragon valiantly. Yet each Cyclops, before Akhat Nur, had been slain. It had just been Akhat Nur and this strange silver dragon. Akhat Nur had decided to persist in his battle, and against all odds, he began to win. Yet, in the battle, they had exchanged blows, and Akhat Nur had suffered a mighty strike that had drawn his blood. Yet, when he looked at the wound, he had noticed something strange. His once normal crimson blood had seemed to shimmer with a strange violet color? He'd look into this later, but first, he had to bandage the wound and continue his fight. Yet, as he continued to try and slay this silver dragon before him, he noticed that its movements had appeared to be more defensive, as if the mighty beast had been purposefully avoiding him instead of trying to strike him as it once had before. He thought this was strange, but he kept up his assault. He felt suddenly stronger, as if his body had been amplified by some strange, unknown force. And he liked it. He fought furiously against the dragon, but each of the wounds he appeared to make on it had seemed to heal. He couldn't make much sense of it, but before he knew it, his vision had gone hazy, and he had collapsed. Amidst his sleep, he had seen something strange. A vision of the archdemon Sayor speaking to him. Yet, he did not promise pain. He did not promise torture or destruction, as he did to those before him, but instead, a salvation. He had seen a dark dragon standing atop a field of skulls. Yet, Akhat Nur had found only comfort in this. He had sensed that this had been his destiny, that this had been where he had belonged. So, with the image of the dragon burned into his mind, Akhat-Nur rose, facing the silver dragon that he had once thought of as an enemy, he had now seen as a friend. And soon after, he had joined the 4 other demons that would confront Jorah and become his army. And as the Great Wars continued, Akhat-Nur had found the dragon from his visions. A dragon bitter with the Cyclopses, wanting to hunt them down and make each and every one of them extinct. This dragon had been Psyche. Yearning for vengeance against the great dragon slayer for the death of his father, Meldraxian, Psyche had wanted nothing more than vengeance against the entirety of the Cyclopean race. And when Akhat-Nur had found him, Psyche had nearly slain him where he stood. Yet Akhat-Nur, smiling and chuckling, had began to regenerate, the demon blood coursing within him, forging demon blood armor. In shock, Psyche reeled back, not knowing of the Cyclops' true strength. Fearing his possible end, Psyche had begun to retreat, but had been halted by the distorted voice of Akhat-Nur. Images flashed within the mind of Psyche, and he had seen the great archdemon Seor and his terrifying power. Yet there had been another vision, the same vision that Akhat-Nur had shared before him. The vision of a great dragon standing upon a field of skulls. But now, the vision had become clearer. The dragon had been Psyche, with glowing golden eyes, triumphantly standing upon a field of Cyclops skulls. With a smile on his face, Psyche had looked at Akhat-Nur. He had seen his destiny, and he knew that this was the path he needed to take for his vengeance. But that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed another saga of the spooky season. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, aim high and pierce the skyscape. Enjoy the art.